Good morning. I'd like to call the December 7th, 2020 Special County Board meeting to order. Our invocation today is by Board Member Carol Weber.
Dear Lord, we offer our thanks for the circumstances which have brought us all here today to dedicate and rededicate our county board members and leadership in their terms of service and responsibility. We are thankful for the first responders and service personnel who continue to work tirelessly to keep us safe and well. We are grateful for the blessings and privileges of living in the United States, where we can vote and elect and serve each other. We ask for your guidance as we work together for those we represent. Help us always prayerfully to search for the right way, the right word, the right actions, for the best responses to the tasks before us. And Lord, help us remember that you have a plan for each of us for the good, to give us a future and hope. And grant us the light of Christmas, which is faith, the warmth of Christmas, which is purity, the righteousness of Christmas, which is justice, the belief in Christmas, which is truth, and grant us the all of Christmas, which is Christ, in whose name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Clerk, could I get a roll call, please?
Mr. Hess. Mr. Tholen. Mrs. Polk. Mrs. Polk.
She's here. She's
Mr. Snipes.
Present.
Mr. Byrne. Mr. Lear.
Present.
Mrs. Weber.
present.
Mrs. Peters.
Present.
Mr. Payton.
Present.
Mrs. Parker.
Present.
Ms. Dunbar.
Present.
Mr. Kinzinger.
Present.
Mr. Fairfield.
Present.
Ms. Haas. Mr. Carrico. Mr. Carrico.
Present.
Mr. Eckhoff.
Present.
Mr. Smith. Mr. Swanson.
Present.
Ms. Zakulo.
Present.
Mr. Featherling.
Present.
Mr. Dunhill.
Present.
Mr. Miller.
Present.
Mr. Long.
Present.
Mr. Kirkstra.
Present.
Mr. Hunter.
Present.
Mr. Eads. Mr. Wheeler. Mr. Seroy.
Present.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. I have two public comments today. First is by phone, Mr. Jonathan Schinnebarger, and I will call him right now.
Morning, this is Jonathan.
Jonathan, this is Todd Seroy, County Board Chairman. You're in public comment.
Right. Thank you, Chairman Seroy and members of the County Board for taking time to hear from me and the other comment this morning. I am speaking today to say that it is my hope that the members of the County Board will not choose to elect former County Board Chairman Wheeler to the position of chairperson for the coming years. County Board member Wheeler is in his position after running away from an election that he could have faced and fought against an opponent, and currently holds his position due only to appointment. And as such, it would be inappropriate for him to hold the position of County Board Chairman. That would be akin to our state senator Patrick Joyce, when he was appointed to the role left empty by Toy Hutchinson, suddenly gaining Mike Madigan's role, or to be more precise, John Cullerton's role. Should the board choose to put Wheeler into the county board chairman position, it would be signaling to all the county citizens that this governmental body serves as a playground for Wheeler and his friends. That rather than serving the will of the people and putting someone who faced election into this role, it is a place where people can move around into open positions and be appointed and maintain power as long as possible that way. So I strongly encourage the county board to encourage other possibilities. I believe that former county board chairman Wheeler is not the only person on the board who has the capacity to serve as chairperson, and would be delighted to see someone else fill that role and see what they can do in that capacity. Again, thank you for hearing me out, and I look forward to seeing what your decision will be. Thank you.
Okay, next public comment is by Mr. Hunter.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. You commissioners and the department heads may recall, and those in attendance, you may recall that I had requested some financial assistance and some support for the Eastside Junior Football varsity team, which represented Kankakee County, Illinois in a national tournament. As a consequence of your generous donations and support, they were victorious. And as much that you may have seen several articles that were posted in the Daily Journal, and those of you who are tech savvy probably saw some things on Facebook. I want to take this time to thank publicly those donors and supporters. And I just want to take a couple moments to just say that, because you didn't have to do that. You may recall I indicated that they weren't representing the city of Kankakee, they weren't representing Manteno, they represented the entire county. And with your thoughtfulness, you guys came through to support these kids. Some of these kids have never been out of the state, never been able to stay in a hotel or a motel, or venture more than 60 miles in this state, let alone a different region of the country. So I just like to articulate and cite those individuals, and I'll read these names off. Chairman Todd Seroy provided assistance as well too. Coroner Bob Gessner, Commissioners Payton, Steve Lear, as well as County Clerk Dan Hendrickson, Recorder Lori Gadbois, Sheriff Mike Downey, Treasurer Nick Africano, also Commissioner Andy Wheeler, State Representative-elect Jackie Haas, and Senator Pat Joyce. I just want to thank all of you for sponsoring and assisting these kids in their quest, and they have put Kankakee County on the map. Again, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You should finish that with Go Bulldogs.
Yeah, go Bulldogs.
All right, thank you. Okay, we have no old business today, no other comment, public comment, and moving on to new business. Presentation of certificates of oath and bond for newly elected or re-elected county board members. You have had that in front of you, and we're gonna sign on the first line after the judge swears us in, and I will turn it over to Chief Judge Michael Kramer.
I forgot one name, State's Attorney Jim Rowe.
Oh, yeah, you better remember that name, sir. All right, so Judge Kramer?
Thank you, Chairman Seroy. It's my honor to be here today to swear in the new members and oncoming members of the board. The state statute 55 ILCS 5/2-4001 states that each member of the Board of County Commissioners shall be commissioned by the governor and shall, before entering upon the duties of his office, take and subscribe an oath. I have that oath here in front of me. I'd like you to raise your right hand and repeat after me.
Stand.
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support
I
the
will support
Constitution of the
the
United States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution
and
of
the
the State of
Constitution
Illinois,
of the State of Illinois.
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully
And I will
discharge
faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of County Commissioner of Kankakee County
the duties of the office
duties of County Commissioner
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
of my ability.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank
The
you,
oath has been
Chief Judge.
given. All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. Okay, so now, in unison, we are all gonna sign that top line on our official oath. And we're gonna hold them up. Those on Zoom so you can see.
Sign it now, Todd.
Sign it now,
Okay.
John. And then those that are Zooming, we really need to get a copy of those sometime today. If you could run them by, even if you leave them with the door steward, she can get them upstairs. It just has to be signed by the judge today and the clerk today also to make this bonding. So please make a note to try to get these to us today. Those that are in the room, please leave those here and we'll collect them. All right, and so we can get those signed today also. Our newly elected board members, or newly elected board members, upstairs we have your information packets for you. So those that are brand new, please stick around and come upstairs, get some information, kind of your, and Heather, you'll have to do that too when you come in. Okay, please make sure you stop upstairs or get with Kelly and we'll set a time that you can come in and get your stuff, so.
Okay.
All right. That's pretty much it. Could I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
So be it.
All right, Mr. Hess and Mr. Long with a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Hold on 1 second. We're gonna do some rearranging here.
I'd like to call this meeting to order for the adjourned meeting of December 7th. We'll begin with a roll call. Mr. Hess. Present. Mr. Tholen. Mrs. Polk.
Present.
Mr. Snipes. Present. Mr. Seroy.
Present.
Mr. Lear. Present. Mrs. Weber.
Present.
Mrs. Peters.
Present.
Mr. Payton. Mr. Payton? Mrs. Parker?
Present.
Mr. Kinzinger?
Present.
Mr. Fairfield?
Present.
Mr. Carrico?
Present.
Mr. Eckhoff?
Present.
Mr. Smith from Salina? Mr. Swanson?
Present.
Ms. Zakulo?
Present.
Mr. Featherling?
Present.
Mr. Dunhill?
Present.
Mr. Miller?
Present.
Mr. Long?
Present.
Mr. Kirkstra?
Present.
Mr. Hunter? Mr. Wheeler? Ms. Bryan?
Present.
Mr. Collins? Ms. Hudson? Mr. Smith from Bourbonnais? We do have a quorum. So now we will call for the election of a temporary chairman. Do we have any nominees? Mrs. Weber.
I move to nominate Mr. Roger Hess as temporary chairman.
Do I have a second to that motion?
Second. Polk.
I have a motion and a second for Mr. Hess. Do we have any other nominations? Mr. Lear?
Move to close the nominations.
Let me ask 3 times to be according to Hoyle here. Do we have any other nominations? Do we have any other nominations? Seeing that, Mr. Hunter, Mr. Lear, you made the motion to close the nominations. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Payton with the second?
Yes.
We'll do this by a roll call vote. Mr. Hess?
Aye.
Mrs. Polk?
Aye.
Mr. Snipes?
Aye.
Mr. Seroy?
Aye.
Mr. Lear?
Aye.
Mrs. Weber?
Aye.
Mrs. Peters?
Aye.
Mr. Payton?
Aye.
Mrs. Parker?
Aye.
Mr. Kinzinger?
Aye.
Mr. Fairfield?
Aye.
Mr. Carrico?
Aye.
Mr. Eckhoff?
Aye.
Mr. Swanson?
Aye.
Ms. Zakulo?
Aye.
Mr. Featherling?
Aye.
Mr. Dunhill?
Aye.
Mr. Miller?
Aye.
Mr. Long?
Aye.
Mr. Kirkstra?
Aye.
Mr. Hunter?
Aye.
Mr. Wheeler? Ms. Bryan?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
Aye.
Ms. Hudson? Mr. Smith from Bourbonnais?
Aye.
Motion carries. Mr. Hess, you are the temporary chairman.
Think you need a roll call, don't you?
I did.
Or we did that. That was to close.
Okay. Roll call vote for the election for Mr. Hess as chairman, temporary chairman. Mr. Hess?
Aye.
Ms. Polk?
Aye.
Mr. Snipes?
Aye.
Mr. Seroy?
Aye.
Mr. Lear?
Aye.
Mrs. Weber?
Aye.
Mrs. Peters?
Aye.
Mr. Payton?
Aye.
Mrs. Parker?
Aye.
Mr. Kinzinger?
Aye.
Mr. Fairfield?
Aye.
Mr. Carrico?
Aye.
Mr. Eckhoff?
Aye.
Mr. Swanson?
Aye.
Ms. Zakulo?
Aye.
Mr. Featherling?
Aye.
Mr. Dunhill?
Aye.
Mr. Miller?
Aye.
Mr. Long?
Aye.
Mr. Kirkstra?
Aye.
Mr. Hunter?
Aye.
Mr. Wheeler? Ms. Bryan?
Aye.
Mr. Collins?
Aye.
Ms. Hudson? Mr. Smith from Bourbonnais?
Aye.
Now we're official.
There we go. Don't I get anybody into trouble?
I know.
Still getting used to them things. Wow.
Wow.
Okay. We need a motion to nominate a permanent chairman for the Kankakee County Board. Is there
Mr.
any
Chairman?
nomination?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Kinzinger.
I move to nominate Andrew Wheeler as our permanent chairman.
Mr. Wheeler is nominated. Do you accept that nomination?
Yes, sir.
Seconds the nomination. Mr. Hunter.
Mr. Chairman, this is an election, and I have not heard any other comments from my fellow commissioners regarding any other interested parties regarding this.
Microphone.
Is there?
That's mine.
Okay. As I indicated, this is an election, and I have not heard any other candidates for this particular prestigious and august position. It appears that Chairman Wheeler, former Chairman Wheeler, Commissioner Wheeler, is eminently qualified for this particular position. It's my understanding that this is a bipartisan initiative with little exception. The hopes and aspirations of the 109,892 people in the county are willing and able to support the chairman as well as this august body who are legislators and will deal with the business of the county. I therefore, Mr. Chairman, second this particular motion.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we
Yes.
close the nomination.
Mr. Donnell makes a motion to close the nomination.
make
Is there
a-
a second?
By Ray Fairfield.
We
Ray
have
Fairfield
several.
will second.
I'll go with Ray Fairfield for the second. We need a roll call vote to close the nomination.
Mr. Hess,
Aye.
Mrs. Polk,
Aye.
Mr. Snipes,
Present.
Mr. Seroy,
Aye.
Mr. Lear,
Present.
Mrs. Weber,
Aye.
Mrs. Peters,
Aye.
Mr. Payton,
Aye.
Mrs. Parker,
Aye.
Mr. Kinzinger,
Aye.
Mr. Fairfield,
Aye.
Mr. Carrico,
Aye.
Mr. Eckhoff,
Aye.
Mr. Swanson,
Aye.
Ms. Zakulo,
Aye.
Mr. Featherling,
Aye.
Mr. Donnell,
Aye.
Mr. Miller,
Aye.
Mr. Long,
Aye.
Mr. Kirkstra, Mr.
Aye.
Mr. Hunter,
Aye.
Mr. Wheeler,
Aye.
Ms. Bryan,
Aye.
Mr. Collins,
Aye.
Ms. Hudson,
Present.
Mr. Smith from Bourbonnais.
Aye.
Point of
Motion
order,
carries.
Mr. Chairman. Vote of present is in conflict with the county ordinance. I believe all board members are required by ordinance to vote.
Can't hear the question.
Go ahead, Mr. Lear. I'm sorry.
My point of order would be, under our county ordinance, a vote of presence is not permitted. All board members are required to vote aye or nay on roll call votes.
Is that right, Mr. Rowe?
Yes, that is the county ordinance.
Under the county ordinance, if you want to go with a point of order, and the reason I have 40 presence or whatever is because if you are voting at this point, unless you're voting upon a pecuniary or what they call a money or financial interest of the county, all votes will be yea or nay. It's only aye or nay when you're voting upon financial interests of the county. This is not a financial interest of the county.
Mr. Rowe?
If he doesn't want to vote, let him, just mark him as present. The record will just reflect that he stated present at the time of the vote.
Thanks, Jim. Okay, for that then, the nominations are closed. We now need a roll call vote to elect our county board chairman.
Mr. Hess,
Aye.
Mrs. Polk,
Aye.
Mr. Snipes,
No.
Mr. Seroy,
Aye.
Mr. Lear,
Aye.
Mrs. Weber,
Aye.
Mrs. Peters,
Present.
Mr. Payton,
Aye.
Mrs. Parker,
Aye.
Mr. Kinzinger,
Aye.
Mr. Fairfield,
Aye.
Mr. Carrico,
Aye.
Mr. Eckhoff,
Aye.
Mr. Swanson,
Aye.
Ms. Zakulo,
Aye.
Mr. Featherling,
Aye.
Mr. Donnell,
Aye.
Mr. Miller,
Aye.
Mr. Long,
Aye.
Mr. Kirkstra,
Aye.
Mr. Hunter, Mr. Wheeler, Ms. Bryan,
Aye.
Mr. Collins,
Aye.
Ms. Hudson,
No.
Mr. Smith from Bourbonnais.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion carries.
Hey, Mr. Hess.
You might get your pen back too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, clap now.
Thank you. So, Mr. Featherling with the solo.
All right.
All right, now we need to choose our vice chairman for the next 2 years. Is there a motion to nominate a vice chairman for the Kankakee County Board? Mr. Long? Seroy's. Nomination of Mr. Seroy. Is there a second to that? Mrs. Parker, a second. Is there any other nominations?
Yes.
Mr. Snipes?
I nominate Stephen Hunter.
Mr. Hunter, do you accept that nomination? No. Mr. Hunter refuses the nomination.
Then I nominate Steve Lear.
Mr. Lear, do you accept the nomination?
I do not accept, no.
Mr. Lear does not accept the nomination as well. So is there any other nominations from the floor? Final time, any other nominations? Is there a nomination?
I nominate
Mr.
Snipes.
Mr. Chair.
I'm sorry?
Mr. Chair, Peters.
Yes, Mrs. Peters.
I nominate Mr. Snipes.
Mr. Snipes, do you accept that nomination?
Yes.
Is there a second for Mr. Snipes as vice chairman?
Polk.
Ms. Polk, second time. So we have a motion and a second. Is there any other nominations? Any other nominations? Final time, any other nominations? Is there a motion to close nominations? Go with Mr. Hess, a second to Mrs. Parker. Let's see here. Well, I guess we'll do roll call to close nominations, then we'll go to instructions next.
Mr. Hess.
Aye.
Mrs. Polk.
Aye.
Mr. Snipes.
Aye.
Mr. Seroy.
Aye.
Mr. Lear.
Aye.
Mrs. Weber.
Aye.
Mrs. Peters.
Aye.
Mr. Payton.
Aye.
Mrs. Parker.
Aye.
Mr. Kinzinger.
Aye.
Mr. Fairfield.
Aye.
Mr. Carrico.
Chair.
Mr. Eckhoff.
There we go.
Mr. Eckhoff. Mr. Swanson.
Aye.
Ms. Zakula.
Aye.
Mr. Featherling.
Aye.
Mr. Donnell.
Aye.
Mr. Miller.
Aye.
Mr. Long.
Aye.
Mr. Kirkstra.
Aye.
Mr. Hunter. Mr. Wheeler.
Aye.
Ms. Bryan.
Aye.
Mr. Collins.
Aye.
Ms. Hudson.
Aye.
Mr. Smith from Bourbonnais.
Aye.
All righty. The motion carries to close nominations. So when we do this roll call, you will say the name of the person that you would like to be the vice chairman. Instead of aye, nay, it'll be you say the name out loud of the person that you are voting for to be vice chairman. Does that make sense, Mr. Hunter?
Just a comment, actually, an empirical comment. This august body is diversified in terms of party. There are 3 parties represented here on this board. There are 20 Republicans, 7 Democrats, and 1 Libertarian. I think I'm a student of arithmetic and addition, so it's a foregone conclusion as to what's going to transpire, and I just want to make that particular comment. I'm a realist, I'm a pragmatist, so I understand politics. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hunter. Is there any other comment? All right, again, roll call. Just say the name of the person that you are voting for vice chairman.
Mr. Hess.
Seroy.
Mrs. Polk.
Snipes.
Mr. Snipes.
Snipes.
Mr. Seroy.
Seroy.
Mr. Lear.
Seroy.
Mrs. Weber.
Seroy.
Mrs. Peters.
Mr. Snipes.
Mr. Payton. Mr. Payton.
Seroy.
Mrs. Parker.
Seroy.
Mr. Kinzinger.
Seroy's.
Mr. Fairfield.
Seroy's.
Mr. Carrico.
Seroy.
Mr. Eckhoff.
Seroy.
Mr. Swanson.
Seroy.
Ms. Zakula.
Seroy.
Mr. Featherling. Mr. Featherling? I think we lost him. Mr. Donnell.
Seroy.
Mr. Miller.
Seroy.
Mr. Long.
Seroy.
Seroy.
Mr. Kirkstra.
Snipes.
Mr. Hunter, Ms. Bryan,
Snipes.
Mr. Collins, Ms. Hudson, Mr. Smith from Bourbonnais, Mr. Wheeler.
Seroy.
6 votes for Mr. Snipes.
Mr. Chairman?
Just one moment, please. And we did get you, Mr. Featherling. It came in late.
Okay, because I was blurring out. I don't know what's going on here, so.
20 votes for Mr. Seroy.
By 20 to 6, Mr. Seroy is vice chairman. Congratulations. All righty. Moving on. I'm sorry, I left my agenda sitting back there. I think we had the interfund thing on there. All right. So every year at our first available meeting, this would be the new budget year, so this is our first available meeting. We have to do our interfund borrowing resolution as a order of business on that agenda. Even though we don't interfund borrow all that much like we used to, it's still there, and it's the resolution is on the back. It's basically the same thing, Mr. Seroy, I believe, that we had last year. We just updated the dates. And is there a motion to accept the interfund borrowing resolution? Mr. Long in the room, Mr. Lear, that's our second. Is there any discussion on this matter? Mr. Hunter.
Mr. Chairman, for the new members, could you explain with specificity the action we're taking? Because I'm sure some of them are not fully aware of what we're actually doing.
Sure. When at certain times of the year when tax revenues are not coming in, the county borrows from one fund to pay a bill here. Much like at home, we're going to take it out of the vacation fund to pay for the electric bill. At some point, the money's got to go back into the vacation fund. So this authorizes those interfund transfers between these, and we're able to borrow until the tax revenue comes in, and then we're able to reimburse those chart of accounts. Is that pretty clear? Did I get that good, Steve?
And Mr. Chairman?
Yes. 16?
Yes. In history for the newer members is we haven't had to do large amounts like we had to do about 4 years ago. So the amounts are getting smaller that we're interfund borrowing compared to 4 years ago.
Right. Pretty much the only thing really hanging out there right now is still about half of what the highway department borrow was, and we were supposed to pay that back last year, or this last budget year, but what happened? COVID, and our revenues tanked. At least we broke even for the year marginally, but with a little bit of surplus. But yeah, we were supposed to have a $3 million surplus last year. So we'll go through all that in finance and get everybody up to speed. So any other questions? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Hess.
Aye.
Mrs. Polk.
Aye.
Mr. Snipes.
Aye.
Mr. Seroy.
Aye.
Mr. Lear.
Aye.
Mrs. Weber.
Aye.
Mrs. Peters.
Aye.
Mr. Payton.
Aye.
Mrs. Parker.
Aye.
Mr. Kinzinger.
Aye.
Mr. Fairfield.
Aye.
Mr. Carrico.
Aye.
Mr. Eckhoff.
Aye.
Mr. Swanson.
Aye.
Ms. Zakulo.
Aye.
Mr. Featherling.
Aye.
Mr. Donnell.
Aye.
Mr. Miller.
Aye.
Mr. Long.
Aye.
Mr. Kirkstra.
Aye.
Mr. Hunter.
Aye.
Ms. Bryan.
Aye.
Mr. Collins. Ms. Hudson.
Aye.
Mr. Smith from Bourbonnais.
Aye.
Mr. Wheeler.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Thank you for that. Real quick, committee assignments will be going out as soon as this meeting is over. Tomorrow's full board, I'll see you there, or see you there. And as the case may be, on those committee assignments, make sure you make note because they start this month. So the Criminal Justice Committee, which meets on Wednesday morning, make sure that you check and see if you're on that committee.
Where's that going to be?
It's here for now.
Oh,
yeah, we haven't been having it out at the jail.
There.
It's been here. Mr. Hess.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. just something we might want to think about is, we maybe talk about this tomorrow too, but this year it just falls in the wrong position for now you being elected and making your committees and everything, so everybody gets them tomorrow, is we move this meeting to the first Tuesday of the month, the special board meeting for the swearing in. We'd have to change the county code to do that. That
Actually,
way,
state law.
Or state law.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was county code.
No, it's state law.
No? Oh,
Yeah.
then forget it. We're never gonna change the state law.
It's a good thought, though. It would be nice. Yeah, it just happened to work out this way.
I'll
We
make a
we
motion
could
to
have
adjourn
probably done a whole meeting's worth of business, but we'd be here till noon probably. So, yes, Mr. Hunter.
In as much as we have new board members, you know, from my other life, we'd always ask the new members to stand and say something in terms of their background, how appreciative they are to be on this legislative body, et cetera. Would that be in order or not?
No, we've never done that on this body.
Well, I used to do it for 40 years, so
Yeah.
we used to do that.
Yeah.
We're just gonna let you do it.
No, I'm fine.
You can be the MC for him. There you go. The hype man.
Mr. Chairman, just remind about the mitigations are still in effect. So if we're gonna have everybody come in, we need to go through a checklist with Kelly to keep this room under 21.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that hasn't changed. 21 is the limit of people total that we can have in here.
right,
Because of, you see the blue dots are spaced out roughly 6 feet. We got the tape measure out, and that's why the chairs are the same way. Me? Okay. And it's the same for the back too. So that's why we're spaced out that way. So if we don't have our full board meetings, we can't fill the room up. We could, but it's not the best thing to do, to be sitting next to her. The government has a little bit of an exemption because we have business to do, but I think most people would rather stay home if they're at risk, and that's what we're most concerned about here, is keeping those at risk safe. So is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Mr. Hess, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Long
second.
is the second. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed?
Aye.
Same sign. Motion carries. Have a good day, everybody.